Hello everyone, this Mouse is back in the house, and as you probably saw in the title, I'm not really sure what I bought. I did a video on some stuff like this before. I still don't know a lot about glassware and these kind of collectibles, but I do like them and I do want to learn. Um, these weren't a bad price as far as I could tell, so sometimes you gotta pay a little bit to learn the lesson. So hopefully I did okay. I think there's a few things I know I've already looked up that I'll do all right on. I only had a little bit of time. Finally had a Saturday off. It was going to be my daughter's first soccer game. So I only had a little bit of time in the morning to run out. And I could either go to the flea market, which is 45 minutes one direction, or there's quite a few yard sales about 45 minutes in the opposite direction. So I started heading towards the yard sales and came across one yard sale only about less than 10 minutes from my house as I was driving up there. And it had all this stuff at it. And actually it ended up being the only yard sale I went to. Because once I had it in the car, it was rattling around. I didn't feel like driving a whole bunch. And at that point, after I got done with this yard sale, I didn't have a lot of time to do yard selling. So I just went back home, unloaded it, and enjoyed my daughter's game. But I know there are a few good things in here. There is one that you saw in the title. This is Waterford. It's a ring holder, and it is marked. It's very hard to see the markings on Waterford. Funny story though, as I was looking through other stuff, they had a lot of white crystal type things, glasses and other stuff. This lady knew enough to pick up on it right away because she showed up about the same time I did. That was Waterford, and there's more in the boxes of the matching glasses and stuff like that. So she asked the lady how much for all the Waterford. And I would assume there was probably about 30 pieces, and she got it for $100. So I was a little bit jealous because I would definitely have bought them if I had known that. I haven't bought or sold any Waterford, but the little ring glass thing I did look up. It's about $20. Not a big deal, but actually it pays for a little less than half the stuff. So, this is definitely older glass. I did look this one up. I found the exact same one in green, and it sold for about $30, $31 actually. And I did find this blue one, but with a different top. It had a round top, which also sold for $31. So I'm figuring that's probably worth about $31. My wife actually picked this one out. She went with me as we took. It's Empress Ironstone from England. I do not know if that's worth anything or not. This is unmarked. I did not look this one up. Did not have any chips or any damage to it, which is one of the reasons why I picked it up. And like I said, everything was being sold pretty cheap. This one I kind of regret. It had a matching lamp. I looked up lamps after I got home. I couldn't find the matching one to this, but the lamp seemed a lot more rare. It's Herald Hungry. Herald Hungry. The lamps seemed to sell a lot better, and I probably could have got the lamp cheap. But, you know, like I said, still learning. Really like these hand-blown crackle glass. You can tell it's hand-blown from the break mark on the bottom. And then there's another one that's just amber yellow color. Music box cardinal. My wife likes cardinals, so these are going to be, we're going to be keeping these. It says it's made by man. Good condition. Another cardinal, which is actually the first thing I saw when I got there and picked this up first. Like I said, my wife likes the cardinals. And this is Gallery Birds by Gorham, Japan. That is a Lenox. No brokens or chips on that either. And this vase, a little bit harder to see, is also Lenox. My wife also liked owls. We picked up these. I tried looking these up, and I found the company that makes them, and they do make owl stuff. But I couldn't find any of this double on Google or eBay. The single ones sell for about $20, so I figure it's worth at least $20, but again, that's something we're probably going to end up keeping. I did have similar stuff to this. I think the stuff I had before was actually reproduction. And I forget what the guy mentioned in the comments to me, or the lady. I'm not sure which one it was. Left me a comment of what style this is and that it's actually collectible. And I can tell from this plate, this is actually the legit stuff and not the fake stuff. And I don't know if this is supposed to go in the center, but it is a matching dish. Another white crystal. I did look this one up. I cannot recall the name. Kuzak, something like that. I don't know. It's really pretty. I don't know if this is even doing it justice with my lighting, but it's actually really gorgeous. And then the little tea set. I know I was reluctant to pick this up, but I did recognize the name. I don't know if it's any good. Minsk. I don't even know how to say it though. Minska. And this bowl is actually quite pretty as well. And it is also Minska. Sorry, I'm butchering names. I did get quite a few Delft blue things, and unfortunately when I looked them up, they are not that valuable. I did not look up a little heart one though, but the shoes don't sell real well. Windmill sells okay. After I bought it, the guy did tell me that he had to glue one of the windmills back on. Did a good job. You can't really tell. Once he said it, I looked for it. I could see the break in it just to see where it was. And like I said, a little tea light holder, which is kind of nice with little hearts on it. Didn't pick up the pineapple until after I found out everything was cheap, because I had it at first. There is a small chip right there. I know people like pineapple, and it was quite pretty. The lady thought this was Waterford, but I didn't see any markings on it. And when I tried doing a search for it, it did come, I forget what company it came up as, but it's not Waterford. Picked up this cool mug, nice, thick, heavy. It does sell for a little bit. Again, I forget the name. I wish I should have wrote all of them down before I started the video, but I'm 8 minutes into it now, so we're not going to do that. Another little... I'm sorry the lighting's so bad, and with all this stuff in the background, it's hard to see how pretty some of these are. And like I said, we did have the Waterford. Picked up this bottle. I live in Maryland, work in Annapolis. It says Annapolis 1783. But it is a reproduction, but it's still an old reproduction. It says 1694 to 1967. So I'm assuming it was made in 1967. Got some Carnival glass. I did look that up. That one is not worth very much. Got this fairy lamp, and it was sitting like this, but I thought they were one piece. But after I got home, I looked at it. The colors are two different color greens, even though they have the same pattern to them. Because I thought this would be the top, that would be the bottom. The top is made by Yankee Candle. I'm assuming the bottom is too. Not real expensive either. Like I said, still learning this kind of stuff. Picked up these, made in Japan. Has that oyster shell looking I lost my words. I forgot the name. I looked it up. Luminescence? No. Yeah, maybe that was what it was called. Same thing with that one. These geese looked old. I took a chance on them since I was already buying stuff. Just kind of threw them in the pile. Shirako wood. They said they're in not great shape. I did look them up. Even in good shape, they wouldn't be worth anything. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. Got the Hummel. Boy and girl waving goodbye. It's worth about 20. Picked up some some Wedgewood. The pink urn one's actually quite rare. I can't find a pink one. But both of them are actually worth a little bit of money. I figure at least $20 on each. Royal Doulton. This actually might be the find. I picked it up because it looked old and still had the box with it. Box is in really poor shape. I looked it up. It is Matchbox of the Coronation Coach. And with a box in good condition, sells for about $200. The coach just by itself, without a box, sells for about $55, was the lowest one I saw. So I should be somewhere in between that. So that might be the buy of the evening, or the morning, as I should say. It's middle of the night now, probably rambling a little bit. Picked up this cast iron horse-drawn ladder fire truck. Was trying to figure out if it was original or not. I think somebody just replaced the chains on them, because these chains do not work with it. And one of the things I read when I was trying to look these up is some of them, one of the persons even advertised that still had original chains. So I guess they had issues with breaking, rusting out, just not being very good. Picked up this Scotty dog. I thought it was a doorstop, and people do list it as a doorstop. Another person had two of them, and I saw a few people also listed as a bookend. But it is actually a Scotty dog lifting its leg to relieve himself on something as a... So I thought that was kind of funny. Picked up a blown glass. It's a clear flower, though. I know the clear ones do not do as well as the colored ones. I thought this was really beautiful. It has no chips on it at all. It's bone china. And it was marked. And this I picked up at an estate sale like a week or so ago. I just threw it up here so I could show you guys. Blown glass pumpkin. I thought it was pretty cool. I like that kind of stuff. So I think that's everything. I know I kind of rambled. I'm sorry I didn't have more information on the stuff. But I gotta do something with it, put it away, whatever, with kids and everything else. I can't just have it sitting out, and this is also my work area. So I need this table to take pictures and things like that. So basically, I just had to make a quick video with the little information I had. Like I said, I know I mispronounced a lot of things. I didn't have a lot of information, but like I said, still learning. It's going to be a process, and hopefully over time I get better and can show you cooler stuff as I learn this kind of stuff. But I appreciate you guys watching. If anybody has any information on the stuff or any interest in any of it, feel free to message me on here. Appreciate it again for everybody watching and made it to the end. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.